Dear Boomers, we will be discussing the Tao Te Ching, verse 33, called Mastering the Self. So today, as I said, we reflect on the 33rd verse of the Tao Te Ching, a passage that speaks to the deepest truths of wisdom, strength, and contentment. So how do we do that? Quote, one who understands others has knowledge, and one who understands herself has wisdom. Mastering others requires force, and mastering the self requires strength. In a world that constantly asks us to compete, to prove ourselves, and to keep pace, the Tao invites us to turn inward. To understand ourselves is to hold the key to freedom. This is very important stuff. This stuff says about the same thing every time, but in a different way. And we do have to practice daily. This is very important. So understanding others versus understanding ourselves. Knowledge, says Lao Tzu, is external. We can study others. We can read books and gather information. But wisdom, that is internal. It's the quiet knowing that arises when we finally stop chasing validation and start listening to our own heart. In the first half of life, we may seek knowledge to build our careers, to build our families, and to build our reputations. But in this later chapter, this sacred time of reflection, the call of wisdom grows louder. It whispers, know yourself. Know your rhythms, your fears, your joys. Know where your peace resides. And when you understand yourself, the noise of the world loses its hold on you. So this is a daily practice, and we need to remind ourselves constantly. And it's almost like we have to begin again every day. So the true strength, mastering others requires force. Mastering the self needs strength. We've all known the force of will, the push to control, to fix, and to manage. But true strength, the kind that endures, is born of surrender. It is the courage to meet our own shadows with compassion. And it is the ability to sit in stillness when our instinct is to act. It is the quiet power of restraint, of forgiveness, and of patience. These things can really help us along the way. So mastering the self does not mean perfection. It means choosing awareness over reaction. Again and again, choosing awareness over reaction. For boomers especially, who have lived through waves of change, social change, political and personal change, this verse reminds us, your greatest evolution is now inward. The power is peace. The outer world no longer holds us in its captivity. The wealth of enough. If you realize that you have enough, you are truly rich. We live in a culture that thrives on not enough. Not enough time, not enough money, not enough youth. But the Tao flips the narrative. Contentment is the ultimate abundance. We have enough, and we are enough. You are worthy. I am worthy. Enough is not a limitation. It is a liberation. When we recognize that what we have and who we are and what we've experienced is already enough, gratitude becomes our wealth. Every sunrise, every breath, every friend, every memory is a treasure. This realization does not dull ambition. It refines it. It shifts us from striving to serving, from accumulating to appreciating. This is the way of the Tao. Living long versus living forever. Quote, one who gives himself to his position surely lives long. One who gives herself to the Tao surely lives forever. To give ourselves to our position, our identity, our status, our story is to live within the bounds of time. But to give ourselves to the Tao, the flow, the mystery, the divine order, is to touch eternity, and dare I say the quantum fields where all possibility exists. So when we surrender our rigid sense of self and become one with life's unfolding, we live beyond fear, we live beyond age, and we live beyond death. This is what it means to live forever, not as an individual name or form, but as part of the infinite field that breathes through all things, the infinite and eternal that breathes through all things. Do not forget to subscribe to the channel, and the Dear Boomer community link is down below. So today, my dear boomers, may we remember wisdom begins with self-understanding. Strength is born from gentleness. Wealth is the recognition of enough. And eternal life is found not in years, but in unity with the Tao. Let us walk gently, let us walk kindly, and dwell deeply in the present moment. We be here now, we are being here now, and we become what we wish to achieve. The more we master ourselves, the less we need to master anything else. Namaste, and I will see you back here tomorrow.